One Piece Chapter 1093 finally. Leo also came out with the chapter title. Luffy fights Kizaru title Chapter 1093. Refers to the continuation of the fight between the Yonko pirates Mugiwara no. Luffy fights baby Admiral Kizaru without linger longer. Let's move on. Read. One Piece Chapter 1093 starts with displays a cover request showing Koei and Helmeppo being with Tarsier animals wear on. In this Caporicus, we see a Tarsier wearing Kobe's glasses and Helmeppo very happily pulled. Enter the main story chapter 1093. The first page shows the continuation. Previous chapter where it was shown. Usopp, Nomi, Edison, Fang, Atlas and Dr. Vega, Fang or Stella were surprised to see Luffy is giant in shape. Fifth Gear managed to catch the Admiral Kizaru right before Kizaru disappeared. Dr. Vegavang saw Admiral Kizaru. In his grasp, Luffy laughed to Admiral Kizaru and then turning Kizaru very quickly. Where the funny expressions of Admiral Kizaru, who was twirled around by Luffy, is similar to the scene performed Luffy to Kaido, to be precise, in the chapter 1044. Then Luffy threw Kizaru away, coming out of the shield of the Lights Fest with incredible speed. Or high makes Kizaru crash far out from Island A to go us, seeing our beloved captain laugh happy after successfully throwing Kizaru, where manga anime realizes that the scene of Luffy throwing Kizaru is similar with the scene where Kizaru was before throwing Luffy out of the shield. Patrons in Labos here are known that Luffy's fifth gear isn't Leo Kan's either Yonko Kaido or Admiral Kizaru. Both became toys by the power of fifth gear. Luffy is really married. Continues. Then the panel moves on. The command room shows Dr. Vegavang talk to the others that he want to change the facility command. Use the authority chip to para. Pacifita Marquis is back on his side himself and was shown by the doctor. Vegapang was in a state of anxiety too. Said that he wanted to save Faribani Yarn. Previously fell from Labos Fund. The words of our Vegavang doctor, knowing that Dr. Vega Fang describes Rabani schedule like a small child like Barney. Ages very easily from the looks of it. Currently this reminds manga anime, with Kizaru's dialogue in chapter 1092 and dialogue in chapter 1089, where are those who, knowing Barney thinks that is this little boy is a mystery. What's interesting about jewelry all this time? The Barney we know is indeed a figure, a child in disguise, adult so they can retaliate. Her father's revenge might be Marga's. Anime still requires a lot of information about that. It's interesting to wait together, then we'll continue. Each panel is shown part of the Mugiwara #1 pirate crew. Luffy shows Nomi and Chopper is in the same location with Dr. Vegavang, and outside Labos we see Frankie and Fang. The candle had succeeded in carrying the ship thousands of sunny to the east side of Labos. Using Frankie Shogun, and so do we. Shown Sanji and Jinbe are in at a room where Sanji was shown. And Jinbe is still doing things. Dr. Vegavang's departure is here. We know the reasons why we don't. Saw Sanji and Jinbe when Kizaru is in the command room in the chapter previous, because it seems Sanji and Jinbe was ordered by Dr. Vegavang to pack things. Departure to leave the island. 8. But in this chapter we saw no sign of Nico, Robin along with others like that. We know about Nico Robin in Chapter 1089. Shown in an injured condition, and the anime clan hopes that Nico Robin recover quickly so you can join. Other continues, then the scene moves to another location, precisely in X-Head City. Fabio face displays the Force troops. The Sea God orders to catch the tambourine jewel who is in Fabio Fest. Here we see Barney manage to explain the Navy change them to grow old and become young children. Use the abilities of his devil fruit changes the scene. Shows the schedule of Media Rabai hiding from naval pursuit while looking at Centamaru, who was lying down, now in our anxious state. Showing a flashback from a long time ago. Rib only fell out of Light's Fest here. We know that Centamaru is the one who saved Faru when Barney fell after being hit by protective shield nuts, but Centamaru, the injured again, collapsed after managed to save Barney. The anime clan was very impressed with Centamaru's body resistance is very strong. Strong as we know that Centamaru has previously fought against Rob Losi and Admiral Kizaru. However, he can still get up to save the Barney schedule. The condition of the serious injuries was truly extraordinary. Continues, then the scene moves to the both side shows the fight between Roronoa Zoro against the Revolutionary. Here we see deep pollution. His awakening forms clashed, which was very fierce with Roronoa Zoro. We see a very cool scene between the two when Roronoa Zoro clash with our coalition. Zoro's sword is shown. Green smoke similar to when Zoro fought King. Then Zoro said to Roblosi, by saying that you are at this level, you won't be able to win against our captain, said. Lucy replied, it doesn't matter as long as it can kill. The number 2 Yonko said later. We see Roronoa Zoro's 3 swords emitting black Haoshoku sparks. Haki prepares to fight seriously against Roblosi, pulls it off here once again. Their sensei confirmed to One Piece fans that Roronoa Zoro is the number 2 person in the Pirates. Yugi Luffy, so this clarifies the facts. If Roronoa Zoro is the strongest person after the captain, Monkey D. Luffy, not Sanji or Jinji, but Roronoa. Zoro draws, then the fight between Roronoa Zoro with Roblusi case. Say a fight between hunters against wild beasts. Continues, then we move on to another location is precisely in the sea of the island. The head shows Admiral Kizaru, the previous one at the beginning of the chapter. Getting knocked down by Luffy looks almost fell into the sea when Admiral Kizaru casually turned around and then transforming his entire body with light. We can see the light within. Luffy is shot back inside. The boat's where Luffy is. Aware of the light coming towards him, we see Luffy looking shocked. The light he saw turned into Kizaru clones in large numbers, similar to the ability of Kobayashi. Naruto saw Luffy's mistake. Kizaru couldn't focus, then let out. His signature move is a monomule Kuma. Saw the light sword that used by Kizaru against Ray on Sabao Island, to be precise in chapter 512. Then Kizaru immediately slashed Aware of this, attack Kizaru's clone using Gomu Gomu move. A Kizaru clone is shown. Managed to be defeated by Luffy, however. Luffy was shocked to see the body. Kizaru is currently in the room. The commando is strangling Usopp down. Ask the Usopp where the doctor is. Vegabang, we see the group and Nami preparing to attack Admiral Kizaru. But unexpectedly Dr. Vegabang with Fangly Atlas came out of the flask vest, using Vega tank aware of things. Then Sanji came down. Jump on top of the doctor's Vega tank. Vegabang, it seems this is where Sanji goes. With Dr. Vegabang to Pabrio Vest to save 5,000s. Realize the Dr. Vega fan. Dr. Vega fan, who ran away, then shot Vega. The tank uses its light ability, but Luffy quickly came to him. Protect Vega tank's user. His body, then we see the body. Luffy explodes a massive light. A very big radical sacrifice. The extraordinary Yonko Mugiwara known. Luffy in saving his Nakama and the person he wanted to protect. Continues, then the scene changes, showing Fang innocent opening. The boat's protective shield on the doctor. Then the punch and the others can head over. Fabio Fest place away Hibari and Chips. Pacifista Marcos, then us. A scene is shown where the troops. The Marines were shocked to see Vega. Tanks appeared from under the boats, and then Fang. Atlas then shouted to take over. Authority about Pacifista Mark. See Pacifista Mark 3 get. New orders from Atlas and then. The last panel of expressions is shown. Gorosei glared at a channel. After learning that Dr. Vega Fang came to the factory to take over. Pacifista, what a gaze. The terrible thing about Gorosei, it seems. Go Rose's gaze, Saturing hinted. He will join the battle to eliminate the current Dr. Vegavang. This was at Pabrio Fest, and that's it. That's why we see Sanji coming along. Dr. Vegavang, maybe Sanji is on duty. Protect Dr. Vegapunk from everything. Really interesting threat to wait for. Very extraordinary chapter. Maybe that's all I can share for now. With you, Leo, may you entertained by what I made inside. This is the last chance if there is one. Errors in pronunciation or things. Do you think it's not right or not quite right? I'm sorry